Okay, so now we talk about uh, the speed of light having been changed, part two. Yeah. Uh, Following that video, I received a lot of comments on the video, um, basically challenging me on my theory, which is very important. It's very important that you do that. It's very, very important. When you don't believe in something, it's very important that you actually criticize it and you call someone on it. But when you do call me on my theories, please uh, make it legible. Make it, please don't just say, "Oh, you're chatting shit," or "That's BS." But tell me why it's BS. You might have seen something that I've missed. Yeah. Now I'm just conceptualizing this. This is not fake news. This is just my ideas, which some people might already have been thinking the same way, some people might not. These are just this is the way I see things. This is my take on reality. Now, if you agree with it, then that's great. If you don't, please tell me why you don't agree with it. So let's go back to why the speed of light has changed. Yeah. Now, when I put that in the title of the video, the speed of light has changed. Yeah. Now, obviously, this change is something man-made. Yeah. Whenever we change what we consider to be a second, we change the speed of light. Uh, uh, 50 years ago, what they consider to be a second is different from now, from what we consider to be a second now. Yeah. We're using cesium atoms, but before they were using some kind of quartz crystals, and before then it was something less accurate. And also the duration of a second in terms of observable experimental data. Yeah, this is something that we've yet to nail down. Yeah, we seem to get bogged down into decay. Yeah, we haven't been able to define duration of time. Yeah, every experiment I've seen, in my opinion, has been considering decay rather than duration of time. Yeah, where when you ask somebody to show you what a second is, they talk about the decay of a cesium atom as a way of showing you what a second is. So decay is not duration of time. Yeah, decay can be slowed down by just putting something in the freezer. Yeah, so does that mean that if you put something in the freezer, it slows down time? No, it doesn't. So decay is not duration of time. But every experiment you have to show, when I ask people to, when you ask any scientist to show you the duration of time, they show you decay, right? Radiation, yeah, from an atom, yeah, you know, radioactive decay. Yeah. So decay is not duration of time. So for Einstein to say that the duration of time changes, yeah, he was pushing it a bit because we don't even understand what the duration of time is. We understand, like, if I was to tell you, ask me, what is 1 second? 1 second is, and then I start talking to you about movement and decay. 1 second is how long it takes for this to happen. 1 second is how long it takes for this to decay from there to there. Yeah, I'm not actually showing you the duration of time. I'm showing you decay and movement. So if you take decay and movement out of the equation, what is the duration of time? If you can define time without using decay and movement based analogies or examples, yeah, then I would accept that you've actually shown me the duration of 1 second. Yeah. Now, if you're telling me that the duration of time, yeah, uh, where uh, the definition of it is how long something takes to decay. If how long something takes to decay has shortened or lengthened, that doesn't prove that the duration of time has shortened or lengthened. All that proves is that how long something takes to decay has changed. You can get that change from just being in the cold, like I just said. That doesn't prove that the duration of time has changed. So proving Einstein's theories is something that we're not even capable of doing, yeah, to a satisfactory level. There's still some decay and some movement in there. Now, duration of time is free of decay. Wait a minute. But it's not free of movement, because without movement, time becomes obsolete. Yeah, time is a man-made concept. I've always been saying that since I was a little kid. Yeah, I was a little kid, 16 years old. I tried to invent a time machine. Yeah, I never knew about Einstein. I was coming from Africa. I didn't even know. So I thought, hold on, how would I do if I try to? How would I do it if I try to go back in time? So I ended up with a machine that goes round in circles. But then I started reading up on it, and I came to see what Einstein had done. So then I thought, okay, they've already done this. But I'd never bothered going into it, because once something's already done, then I look for something else that hasn't been done, because there's no point going through what's already been done. But now, I keep seeing all the latest scientific research that's done, and every time I look at it, none of them have been able to prove to me personally that they've identified the duration of time, never mind showing that it dilates. Yeah, so then when you look at Einstein's suggestion that the speed of light is constant, and then I tell you that that's something that we've changed, something that we've been changing consciously. Yeah, there's even a man who actually held a presentation showing you that every time they've measured time for the last 200, 300 years, they've been measuring time, it has been changing. The speed of light has been changing. Every time they measure time and they apply that to the speed of light has been changing. These are conscious changes. As our definitions of time become clearer, the actual physical quantity that we call the speed of light, we have actually had to adjust that. Not because we're moving at the speed of light, but because we have changed the way we calculate it. Yeah, the speed of light can change if the way it's calculated changes. Yeah, so if the way it's calculated is to say, if we change the duration of a second, we change the duration of time. Yeah, what that is, what's the word I'm looking for? That is mathematically accurate. It's mathematically accurate to do that. Now, for you to say that if I changed what I consider to be the duration of a second, that doesn't mean I should change the duration, what I consider to be the duration, the speed of light. Yeah, then you're having mathematical inaccuracies in your reasoning. Yeah, so every time we define the second different, we have to define the speed of light different. Yeah, but now our definitions of a second considers decay. Yeah, it doesn't consider duration of time. There's no definition of a second that considers the duration of time. It's either considering movement of a pendulum, movement of something, or decay of an atom, or the decay of something. Yeah, but you can't have the duration of something has not been something we've been able to experimentally set up. The duration of something, we've got the movement of something, the decay of something, but the duration of something is not a concept that we can put into a physical experiment. Yeah, so I'm looking for an experiment that will say, right, this is the duration, yeah, of time, not the decay of a material that represents the duration of time, not the movement of a molecule or an object that represents the duration of time, the actual duration of time, yeah, represented in an experiment. Yeah, set up in an experiment where, I don't know, maybe if I'm freestyling here, you get an object, yeah, and then you calculate I don't know if they can do it from considering the duration of the existence of an object. Yeah. No, that's still decay. Yeah. Yeah. So duration of time. How would you do it if you had to set it up? I don't know how you do it. How would you show someone that this is what 1 second looks like? Yeah. Yeah. Is how long? No. If you say how long, yeah, then you're talking about movement or decay. Yeah. You can't define the duration of a second by using the term how long it takes, because how long it takes refers to movement and decay. Yeah. So every time you see the duration of a second defined, yeah, is they always use an analogy that considers how long it takes for something to complete. And my argument is how long it takes is nothing to do with the duration of a second. Yeah. Um, we, I mean, I can't do that in this video. Yeah, I can't think of an experiment that shows you the duration of a second, not how long it takes to complete something, but the actual duration of a second, where you say that uh, and that, yeah, no, is 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you could say that to that, yeah, is 1 second. Yeah. Well, I don't know if that will come down, that will simplify back to how long it takes, but I'm trying to avoid using how long it takes in me defining a second, where I say from point A to point B is 1 second. Yeah. Not how long it takes to get from point A to point B, but to show someone a second, where you say from point A to point B, that's a second. Yeah. Where I look at you and I tell you now, that was a second. Yeah. Where I tell you a second is start, finish. That was a second. Yeah. Yeah. Now that is something that you have to consider consciously. It doesn't exist anywhere in the physical world. So if it was your consciousness that was counting, some people count things at different rates. But if I tell you a second is start, finish, yeah, yeah, that was a second from start to finish. A second is start, finish, yeah. I've just shown you what a second is from start to finish, yeah. And but then a second is how long, not how long it takes to finish something or how long it takes to decay. A second is how long, the duration is how long, not how long it takes, how long. Yeah. So you're telling me if I was in a train that's going at half the speed of light, or towards the speed of light, and I said to someone start, finish, you're telling me that I'll be doing that slower. Eh? Remember, because it's the consciousness that's doing it, that's subjective. Yeah. When I say start, finish, yeah. If I'm going quick or slow, that will always be the same length. There's no way you're gonna tell me that it took a short amount of time to do that. To say start to finish, yeah. I haven't really gone through the implications of relativity, because I don't want to go through it until somebody has measured a second to a level that is satisfactory to me. Right now, the current experimental setups for measuring a second, I just don't accept it. I don't accept it. It's not. You're gonna change what you consider to be a second. So even the speed of light is not constant yet, because we might even need to change it. Yeah, we keep changing it. We haven't come to a constant value that we've been changing it for the last 200 years. Yeah, every time somebody thinks of a second that's more accurate than the one before, we change the speed of light value. Yeah, so now if I tell you a second is start, finish, yeah, that's a second. Now you consider how many of those durations there are in an event. Yeah, if you're considering it in your mind, yeah, then consciousness, what the way time flows in consciousness, yeah, is different from the way time flows um out here in real life. In real life, yeah, how quick your consciousness thinks things are going, yeah, has nothing to do with how quick things are really going out here. It's just how you perceive it. Yeah, you can put someone in a situation where they think that things are going quicker than normal, where they think things are going slower than normal. Yeah, I suppose when somebody does go towards the speed of light, yeah, and he looks outside the window, everything would seem to him consciously to be going slower. Yeah. So when I see, a train that's going at the speed of light, and I look at someone at rest bouncing a ball, or vice versa, it's the same relativity. Yeah. When I say start, finish, yeah, without using a measuring device, just considering that consciously. By the time I've finished saying that, the ball wouldn't have bounced all the way. Yeah, start, finish, because I'll be seeing it in slow motion. So obviously, what I consider to be a second, yeah, if I see something in slow motion, let's say, um, let's say, I don't want to advertise it. Let's say it takes 1 second to go from here to here. Yeah, right. Yeah, and I slow that down. Yeah, and then as I'm watching the replay in slow motion, I say start, finish. By the time I've finished saying start, finish, because it's in slow motion, it will um only be like halfway. Yeah. So if my consciousness is still saying start, finish, then what I'm observing would have slowed down, but what I consider this to be the second will still be the same. The duration of time does not change, because it's the consciousness that defines it. It's not a physical quantity. It's something we made up. Yeah, so if decay and movement slows down, that doesn't mean that time slowed down, because me, the observer, can still say start, finish at that speed. Yeah, where what I'm observing is slowed down, but when I say start to finish, it, the second hasn't slowed down, because I haven't slowed it down consciously. Yeah, it's something that man made up, so it's man that changes it. Physical quantities cannot change man-made quantities. Physical quantities can never change thought up quantities. That's my argument. These are things we thought up. Yeah, if I'm observing something going slower, my second will still be the same, because I say how long it is. I say start, finish. Whether what I'm saying is slowed down or not, I'm still saying start, finish. It's very hard to explain. I'll try and get a mathematical definition of it, but that's my argument. That time itself is something that is man-made. It's not a physical quantity in nature. Speed is a physical quantity, if you like, and decay is a physical quantity, but time itself, that's something. You know what I'm saying? This phone is annoying. So anyway, what I'm saying is, because time is a man-made concept and it doesn't exist in nature, nature doesn't change man-made concepts. Only man can change a man-made concept. Nature changed natural concepts like natural phenomena like movement and decay. But in terms of time, that's something that man made up. We're the only ones that can change that. Nature doesn't change that. Now, when you look at that example of a train moving at probably close to the speed of light, 98% the speed of light, and then you bounce light from top to bottom and then back up again, light would have gone down, and then because it's moved across, would have moved across as well, and then back up again. So it would have traveled a longer distance, but the speed of light is constant, so the duration of time would have had to decrease if the distance covered is longer. Instead of looking at it that way, yeah, you're the one that changes. You don't change distance or speed. You're the one that changes time. The only thing we can change as human beings is time. Yeah. Instead of saying the duration of time it took for the light to bounce from up to down to up again has changed. No, you say, right, in what I say is a second, how far has the light traveled? Yeah. When I say start, stop, how far would it have traveled along that triangular route that it takes? How far would it have traveled when I say start and when I say finish? When I say start to when I say finish, how far would it have traveled? Yeah. Otherwise, you're gonna have to change what when you say start to when you say finish to see it go back up to the top again. You'll have to say start, finish. No. If I say start, finish, how far would the light have traveled? Consider it that way. Say it that way. Yeah. You'd be better off saying it that way. Yeah, it makes more sense because light is the only, time is the only thing we can change, and nature can't change it because it doesn't exist in nature. It only exists in our mind. Yeah, we make it up to explain how quick things are moving. Yeah, moving things don't tell us how much time is. We make up time to explain how quick they're moving. Yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Is like the way we consider time to be changed by a natural process is wrong, because time is not a natural thing. Time is a man-made concept. It doesn't exist naturally. Yeah. We change the duration of time at will. We change the speed of light all the time, mate. The speed of light has changed. Yeah. Even talking to you now, they probably invented a much more accurate clock than they had before. Yeah. And they're gonna change the speed of light again. That's it.